Alright guys, appreciate that. So I am back. Sorry about that silent radio silence there. Just looking at today. Today is August 3rd. So we have manufacturing PMI that comes out in 1 minute. That's why it's nothing but top right now. That makes sense. So everyone's trying to guess what direction it's gonna go. We're just gonna wait, honestly. If it does anything crazy, we might just catch the ride. We do have 15 more minutes until ISM data comes out. So manufacturing PMI is higher. It's just the manufacturing sector is expanding. So good for the economy, right? If it's higher. Purchasing managers index. Essentially, it says that prices paid divided by input prices sub-index that directly measures inflationary pressures. When this price sub-index rises, it signals that factories are facing higher costs for raw materials and components, which typically precedes broader consumer price inflation. So bad for us because then rates don't go down. Rates is the big hoopla right now. We decided the rate meeting not too long ago, and rates stayed the same. So this could be considered negative for the overall economy because rates are decreasing. So you guys can see it, we've got about 44 days until the next rate change. Current is right here, so as of right now, they're expecting the rate hike, which is unfortunate for the September 16, 2026 meeting. So keep that in mind. We're still up and it is slowing down. So I'm assuming we're just going to be doing absolutely nothing for the next 13 minutes while the ISM manufacturing price comes through. And the ISM get some information on that. It's annoying when you read these measures because it's all 50-50. Half the time people like it, half the time people don't. When it comes to, oh, that's a good number for the economy. So it's viewed as bullish, but because the rates are like this and the 10 years like that, it's bearish, blah, 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 blah. Nobody knows what's going on. You can read into it as much as you want, but nobody has a crystal ball. Alright, and then just a heads up here. So the ISM manufacturing PMI is a monthly economic indicator issued by the Institute for Supply Management tracking U.S. factory activity via key components, new orders, production, employment, supplier deliveries, and inventories. Readings above 50 signal expansion, while numbers below 50 indicate contraction. So above 50 means that it's growing compared to the previous month. No change. And below, factory activity is shrinking. So just keep that in mind as well. It could be above saying, once again, the economy is good, but that's bad, and investors might not like it because it might result in people selling off in fears of rate increases, which are never good for stocks, at least in the immediate term. Granted, you might also say the long term is not good as well, because it just slows down the economy when rates are higher. Consumer borrowing is more expensive. But I do think that because we're in kind of a wait and see environment, we're not like repping to higher rates as of right now. Like it seems like things are pretty in control. That's why they've held for so long. Granted, they typically hold until it breaks anyways. So, and they say they're proactive, but they're definitely reactionary for sure. Got about 10 minutes left. It's unfortunate. I was watching that little recovery here, and I was like, oh, maybe it would be a good time to get in. Would have taken it, it turned positive right around here. Oh wait, I'm sorry, it turned positive here. So it had already blown past the 25 EMA though. So we had to take a position. The 20-minute there wasn't even a 20-minute in yet. So yeah, just keep in mind the first 50 minutes, 30 minutes too, you're probably paying a premium. Things are opening up, and so volatility is a lot higher. So your options are going to be, from my understanding, going to be more expensive, priced more expensively. So I'm sure we're missing all sorts of blowout pops right now that are just soaring. There's Google. Kind of a wasted opportunity there, gapped up. But we're not chasing these things anymore. Crazy how I drew that red line too. And here we are bouncing off of it on the 5-minute chart. How did I know? Just how did I know? It's a really good question. I don't remember that one. Probably from this high, I'm assuming. But perfectly bounced on the 5-minute chart off that line. Crowd strike was blowing through earlier today. We'll see if it keeps rallying. Qs and SPY aren't yet in a bull market rally yet. So I'm holding off on buying any specific individual stocks. We're going to wait on that one. Little alert here. Spy past some alerts as well. Spy's doing better than Qs for sure. This is more bull market than not. We're above on our EMAs, so I guess technically in one aspect we are doing really well. Datadog, Amazon. Amazon's still going? Wow. Absolutely crazy. That's disgusting. 20% in 2 days. You wish you owned more. You did it when you were breaking down below every single EMA line. And now it's complete reverse. So if you had shorts, you're getting screwed. That's why you don't hold overnight. That's why you don't short longer than you have to. AKA, you should probably get out by the end of the day. But 7 minutes until ISM manufacturing comes out. So ISM data's out. All of it is above expectation, if I remember saying it right. But all of it was green and higher. So once again, this could be taken as bearish. Prices are going up, so the chances for a Fed rate hike probably increase as well. See, we had earnings today. Just kind of letting the market absorb the data before it decides it even wants to have a trend. It's like Tyson Food. You got International, Echo Star. Nobody else really big, so nothing too cozy for earnings today. And I believe it was 30 and 60% as well for the rates. So it doesn't look like that's really shifted. I'm not sure how fast that does shift, but I think that's relatively about the same as far as the overall percentage. So I'm not sure what's going to happen today. Not sure what direction we're going to go, but I do know that we can just continue to play what we are given. And if we start breaking out to the upside or downside, we can play off of that. As far as breakouts, if it does sell off or go higher, we can play the reversal. We just want it to trend in the 20-minute and the 5-minute in one direction, and then we would wait for the reversal sign. Or if it just continues in that trend, we can play that as well. We'll just watch out for our key support and resistance. SPY is breaking not out per se, but it is higher by a significant amount, right, in the last couple of days. So in a sense, it's kind of breaking out, but we are still above all-time highs. So there's some resistance overhead that can be felt in the tech industry, the NASDAQ. So we'll play it by ear, sure. So we're not going to be biased one direction or the other. We got to keep that in mind when we're placing our trades. There's the pullback. Told you markets aren't going to really like it. See if it keeps going. It's at quite a bit of support right there. At the 100 EMA 2-hour, 50 EMA 4-hour, 75 EMA 3-hour. Quite a bit stacking up right there. So a little bit of a bearish push. The downside. Let's see if it holds. It's the 3-hour. So I'll redraw some of these trend lines here. I just gotta adjust as it comes in. let's look at the volume profile. We go to the 20-minute. So this is that impetus singularity, right? It's vacuuming or sucking towards low volume profile areas. So we've had a point of control right around here over the last little bit. It has since moved to this area of low volume, and that's where it stopped out. So even on no news, or trying to figure out the news, it has moved its way towards this area. So where's the next area? Well, when it gapped down, it created another little void between the gap. More so earlier on, so once you break through the gap, you might hit a little bit of resistance, which ironically lines up with the 130 and 4-hour. So that could be resistance at that level, about $700. It's also the mental level, $700. So on the breakout of the gap fill at, about $6.99, you have about $1 upside where you might hit additional resistance. But there is that impetus singularity, impetus meaning with force or speed, singularity meaning, let's get the actual definition for it. Most commonly refers to, okay, no, it's going to give me an AI. There's different verbiage, if you will. But gravitational singularity is a point in space where matter is crushed into an infinitely small dense area. The definition, the way that I was wanting to form this is like a black hole, pretty much. It sucks into that area. So yeah, gravitational singularity physics, I guess it can be in regards to technology as well. But in regards to physics, is a point in space, such as the center of a black hole where matter is crushed into infinitely small space. Impacts, density, and gravitational pull become infinite, and standard laws of physics cease to work properly. So that was my little play on words for why I call this series the impetus singularity. So primarily the volume profile speaking to me on the majority of the charts. So at this point, in fact, I bet if we go to Tesla, just completely blew past that point right here. And now we're hitting a point of higher volume, so there is resistance to the upside. On the flip side of that, as we approach these levels, there's less resistance. Since we blew past it and we haven't really built up too much of a volume profile, it is harder to kind of gauge those. Go to other companies though and see where these voids are left. These voids are left. As you can see, price movement blew past, came back down, and went back higher before fighting that resistance. Where did we blow past again? Once again, a void. A slight little void there. As you can see, after we broke above this, we blew past this entire void. Time and time and time and time after again, or after time. I'm still trying to wake up, let's be honest, but it repeats the same thing. So it's another one. I think Apple sold off, so it's probably got some voids to fill, if you will. So I'll delete the old ones that I drew, even though like this one probably still applies. on the break of this price, you might see a quick move to the lowest point. So on the breakout of, this price, or if you want to be a little bit, actually I'd probably say right around here, you do the same thing. Impetus, Singularity, go until there's resistance. It's a small play, but if you have the right investment in place, you have the right indicators pushing it, you can make quick money to the upside, especially in the first couple minutes. But there is a higher probability of a reversal in the first several minutes as the market tries to figure out and digest all the news. So keep that in mind once again. I have since then focused more on the EMAs or Qs. Once Qs start making fresh all-time highs, then I will reconsider, or even above, daily, probably weekly as well, EMA trend lines, which it looks like we are on the EMA. Look at that, bounce off the bull market support band, bounce off of, I believe this actually wicked this low. It was down to 666 actually. I have an order for one additional short to slowly average in at 665, which it did not hit by $1. And look at that, now we also have a cross on the bull market support bands. So when red crosses above green, it's actually a sell signal, so this might be a short-lived rally, right? So it doesn't happen all the time, right? In fact, we had it here where red crosses green. It did kind of trudge higher, made an all-time high, and then came back down, trudged higher, made an all-time high, came back down, and then during this period, green was above red. So for these weeks, some bullishness, and then once again, red above green. Oh, look what happened. 2025, this is when tariffs hit, about a 25% pullback in Qs. So be careful when the red crosses above the green, which guess what? That just happened. So this could be a short-lived rally. That's why I'm bearish, or at least I have a bearish sentiment more than not. We are fighting that bearishness for sure. I hope bulls win. That means everything else typically trends higher. In fact, let's look at all of the other investments that we are interested in. We have SATA. SATA today hit about 97.45. Mara up 33 cents. Below bull market support bands. SST. Lots of chop below bull market support bands. Bitcoin itself has pulled back a little bit. And let's see, APT, once again, no matter what's happening, it's still trending fairly well. That one has been good. You could just sell covered calls on this thing and wait till it gets back to $6. That's what I'm doing. So I do think it'll kind of level out here. It could drop, for sure. It could drop. But even another 10 cents, we start selling $5 covered calls. Roll them to $6 if it starts pushing the $5 fee severely. And if it doesn't, we collect a premium. So checking in on those levels, looking good. Brent is down, so we're back below 90. And a bigger thing that we're running into as far as issues for the economy is a higher 10-year yield. All the yields are higher, but the 10-year yield is super important. In fact, all of them are, but we're rolling on debt over. That's a good gauge of the midterm, long and short, of what's happening in the economy. So you can look at the short, that'll give you a more immediate indicator of what's going on. Look at the long, that'll give you a longer perspective. But if you want to be adequate with that, try to figure it out. And you can look at the 10-year. Big problems start happening when we 5 points, or 5%. So we're at 4.68, down about 3 basis points. So keep that in mind as well. Real big problems start happening from my AI research, so who knows if it's accurate, most likely not, considering AI sucks. But based off what AI said, things really start to break around like 5.5 to 5.75%. So if it gets that high, things start breaking and things start having to be fixed for sure. And that's when more drastic measures are taken into consideration. So, things to consider. The inputs to go back down to the 2-minute 25 EMA. See what the 20-minute gives us here in the next minute. If it is bearish and opens up the next candle bearish on the momentum, I look at taking a trade. Both buyers and sellers look like they're getting exhausted on the 20-minute. The trend is obviously clearly very weak, below 20 or 25 depending on what you're looking at. Momentum is pretty close to zero for the 20-minute. The RSI hasn't peaked out, but it has been look like it wants to trend lower. See what happens there. 5-minute, this is obviously bullish. It happened earlier, where you get a push up, pull back, and then a push higher for a breakout. Similar thing is happening. It head to the 3-hour 100 EMA. Close off this, shut down this volume profile here. Alright, 20 minutes. Did close, pointing down, so slightly bearish. It has since opened and is pushing higher. Obviously, as price goes up. Let's check the 5-minute. 5-minute is still bullish. That means we're not going to fight this trend. Price movement is fairly weak though, so I don't want to take a call position on it. You know, it's not spazzing out and pushing highs super easy, so it doesn't seem like there's a lot of momentum behind it. Based on the 5-minute, the ADX is almost past 20. So, and bulls are obviously in charge here. So I'll kind of wait for that to play out. So I'll sit on this for the next little bit. We'll see if we get a reversal. If we don't, totally fine. Might just be a slow trend today. I just get a stair step action. Might still be digesting news. We're still within the first hour of trading. So once again, we could have, hopped on it earlier in the day. It dropped about $3. 680 down to 685, but like high 685s. So yeah, about $3. And then reversed and made $4 back pretty quick. So we could have played that. We didn't, but it's fine. So let's check our volume profile real quick. 20 minutes. See what we might be running into with that. So a little bit of a void here. Kind of came down, and obviously these blue bars are moving as that price is being touched, and orders are filling. This bar is getting bigger, so it's creating its own kind of self-fulfilling destiny of higher pricing. Tried a little bit of weakness here on the 5-minute. See where this one closes. See if it can keep that weakness up. Also, remember on these pullbacks, we're looking for the momentum indicator to show a negative. Obviously, other signs as well, but that's going to be our primary indicator for getting into the reversal trade. This next 5 minutes is going to be super important. We're at a resistance level here with the 100 EMA 3-hour. The momentum is on the lower end of what it has been trending for the last little bit. If after this minute we go further down, it could be a pretty good indicator that we're about to reverse. 20-minute also has about 10 minutes left, so keep that in mind. Wants to take this news as bullish for the economy. Once again, with that verifying higher inflation, I'm not sure how that's bullish, but the market will do what it wants to do. So the 5-minute closed. We did pull back, but I guess technically the 5-minute momentum could go either way, but it looks like it's still undecided, honestly. There's not a strong reversal that I'm seeing. You could place calls, but if you do short-term calls, they might just bleed out all day. If it's a slow mover, it might not be worth the fact that we're not really moving that rapidly. So keep that in mind if you take a long position or a short position. Want it to be relatively quick. So somewhat interesting. It looks like SPY is kind of sort of weakening here. Momentum is wanting to move further down. MACD on the 5 minutes peeling over. Buyers are disappearing and sellers are coming in. 20-minute doesn't show any of that. We could be overbought though. This could be a pullback on SPY. QQQ will have possibly a more reactionary reaction, if you will. See what happens at this 100 EMA on the 3-hour. Check the 5-minute. Still no weakness here on the momentum, still trending up. 5-minute just closed. 20-minute has 5 minutes left. So this next one will be super important. About $3 away from it. Gap fill. Almost 4. So still quite a bit of upside there. We are currently up about $7 or 1% for the date on Qs. That's from yesterday's close. So if we go from the end of this candle, which is when the market opened, we're up about the same, about 1%, almost $7. Looks like we opened right around where we closed the prior day. So pushing higher. Momentum is not though. So just watch that, right? And in the next 23 minutes, if we close below some of these things, like the 100 EMA, I know it's closing on the hourly and not the 3-hour part. That might be something to consider, that it did pull back for that hourly. Close below that. We don't really have any upside trend lines for the 1 hour. They're all below us. So that's bullish that we got that behind us. Like now we're getting a little bit more speed, although volume is decreasing, as you can see down here. I guess we're taking this information today as bullish. Not sure why, but we are. So what's good for the economy is bad for stocks, or good for stocks. What's bad for the economy is good for stocks, and vice versa is also true. At least that's what it seems. I just feel like one of these 5-minute candles, the momentum is just going to dump. And that's what I'm waiting for. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it doesn't, but I just have a gut feeling. Who knows, maybe we fill the gap today too. It's just going to be a slow burner the whole day. Watch that happen. Last 15 seconds of the 5-minute and 20-minute. See what happens here. Get any bear witness. There's the momentum on the 20 minutes. Momentum is still pushing higher. RSI is as well, could be peaking out though. Sorry about that. And then MACD is still pushing higher as well. OBV still looks pretty good. Our warning sign is 2-minute. Let's see where that is. We're starting to push lower on the momentum, so keep an eye on that for the 2-minute. We don't need a lot of profit, right? Just looking for 150 bucks. 150 bucks a day. And we want to trade like we only have one trade to place for the day. So very, very, very strict and greedy on the entrance. And conservative on the exit. Could have just bought a call the whole time I was talking and just been done for the day. Just following the trend. But we have reversal signs here. Sellers haven't come in yet on the 2-minute for the ADX. That's been downtrending the last 15 or so minutes. Starting to get some topping signs by having larger wicks at the top here on the 2-minute. A real overbought indicator or reversal would be the fact that the RSI, I think, is at a point where it could reverse. Be overbought at this point. But momentum is still uptrending, MACD uptrending. ADX, buyers are still in control. The trend is super weak though, which means it could reverse pretty easy. As we see here, see what the 2-minute is doing. But we find some support right here. So ideally what would happen is we bounce off of that, retest this on weakness, and then fall through down to this 2-minute 25 EMA. That'd be ideal. Two-minute MACD is peeling over finally. See if it actually crosses. Yeah, Tesla's just making all-time highs after all-time high. Still pretty slow mover though, honestly. It's a sleepy market today. weakness on this 5-minute candle closing. I'll take a position here. See that push really low. There it is. Really cross negative. Now, one big hesitation I'll have, keep in mind, we have this support. Goes up to 20-minute, not showing anything besides a higher RSI. But I could be looking at a position here. If it shows hesitation here, which it probably will, this showed a little bit of hesitation breaking out above it right back here. I may take profits just quickly, see what happens with the everything, but I'm going to be quiet now as I think and take my trade. Momentum's reversing there. 5-minute does show weakness. Possible topping out in the MACD. Sellers are dissipating, or buyers are a little bit, but the trend is still in their favor. As you can see, by the purple line there. So getting a possible reversal, but as you can see with price action, there's still a lot of bullish sentiment pent up. 20-minute also I think would be vital for us to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, there's weakness. 20-minute is showing it as well. So I have not placed a trade yet. Also looking for that negative momentum as well. So no trade placed. I'll add another little alert here. If we get a lower momentum on the 2-minute. If this 5-minute closes and it's more bearish, then might be a good sign too. We might average in. I might just take one contract at a time and slowly average in, and we'll see. That could be a painful upside. That just trudges on as well and doesn't give us our exit on the 2-minute 25 EMA. So definitely higher risk. No momentum is fading. Price is not. So 20-minute closes in about 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Just have to be nice and methodical. So once again, as you can see, testing all-time highs with lower momentum. MACD still undecided. It looked like it was about to peel over, but as price is moving up, so is it. Seconds. Here we go. If the 5-minute momentum goes negative, I might not even wait for the 20-minute confirmation. Once again, RSI is overbought, so if we get enough of a reversal on the 5-minute, I might just take that put play. But be super careful. It's right here. wanting to see it touch down, and it never did. Obviously, we didn't have the signs that we needed, but just something to consider always. All right, 5-minute close. We're trending back up on momentum. So I don't like that. I'll wait for the 20 minutes to try and form something, but right now 5 minutes is failing me. So 2-minute is also kind of mixed. So not one way or the other. LD looked like it wanted to cross below, but could easily continue higher. Hasn't crossed yet. At least it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's borderline. So I will just be patient. If I miss the move, so be it. But I'll just be patient and wait for that 20 minutes to form something. We also do have a nice play here. It breaks above and keeps pushing. So this draw was kind of crap, honestly. But you can wait until this happens and then it pulls back, which could be what's happening anyways. We could get up to that gap line because people want the gap to fill, right? So there's a lot of buying pressure to make that happen. We're $2 away from starting it. Check the daily, turn off all the drawings. Gap fill starts right there. Ironically, the same time as the 25 EMA and the 50 EMA. So to get a test of those and revert back lower, we'll see. There's a lot of bullish sentiment right now. I think we might push another dollar here. Let's consider a call actually real quick. All right, we're going to take a long position here if it fills. Okay, we're filled at 225. I think we're going to get that push higher until that gap fill. But we'll watch out for our upside. So we'll manage that. And we'll let it play out here. Five minutes until the 20-minute closes. Momentum is pushing very positive right now too, so we're good there. Getting to kind of an overbought level there with 20 minutes. Keep that in mind. Showing some signs of weakness here. We'll see what happens. Don't like the momentum going negative, so what we might do is we might take the profit if we're able to push that all-time high again. 5-minute slight weakness. So if we push all-time high, let's see, we'll play it by ear here. Yeah, if we push all-time high, I'll take my profits and we'll call it a day. One big push to 698 would be ideal if we could get that. Watch that 2-minute. 5 minutes holding up. 20-minute candle's about to close. I'm ready to throw in that order the moment it pushes. Come on, Tiger. I know it's just teasing me right now. Two minutes, 45 seconds on the 20-minute. It's going to have a hard reversal to the upside. I can feel it. Sellers are still gone on the ADX. RSI is looking a little top heavy on the 5-minute as well as the 20-minute. This could be a good staircase up to the next point, right? As I've been drawing. Two-minute momentum, still not liking it. 5 minutes momentum could go either way in the next minute and a half. Minute closes here any second. Or I guess in a minute and a half as well. The moment this pushes the all-time high, I'm out. Come on, baby. One nice push to 697.80 should seal the deal. 20-minute closed, and you'll have to take my word for it because I'm not changing from this screen, but MACD is still trending up. RSI is about the same as it was earlier. Momentum is still pushing up. They're still in charge. Let's take a look, see what happens. Five-minute still looks pretty good. It is starting to peel over again. RSI as well. MACD still bullish. ADX bullish. 2-minute weakening. Bulls are fighting for this one. Two-minute momentum wants to go positive. MACD looks slightly bearish. ADX slightly bearish and weakening. RSI as well. That's on the 2-minute. Check the 5-minute real quick. If there's weakness on this 5-minute, it might close. Momentum on 2 minutes shifting up again. Alright, not looking that, or liking that on the 5-minute, that push lower. Yeah, yeah, there's weakness in that. So 245, I'm going to call it here. Let's see, 235. Give it 20 seconds to play out. "20 seconds too long." Okay, still in it. Nice push on the 2-minute. I like the momentum. Put position here. 3 minutes still looks good for a 50-cent pop or so give it time to play out. $696.10 to $696.15 is where we'll look to exit. And of course, it's reversing. Let's see, 2 minutes still looks good for bearishness. And whiplash over here. Minute still bearish. 1 minute on the candle. Just one wick down is all we need. And change the price to 1.9. A minute rounding out on the momentum. MACD as well. Five minutes still relatively bearish. 20 minute closing in 3 minutes. Ideally, pulling back, touching that EMA, and then breaking out of this. About the same invested. Just gonna let it work itself out. Go back to the trend lines, see if it can honor this. One. Take them off, sell off, and then that would be ideal. Alright, we'll let this play out and be right back. Alright, so we do get a fill on the puts, so those are closed. As for the calls, I think long term momentum is pointing down, but we aren't like pushing low, lower lows. MACD could be peeling over. We'll see how this 20-minute closes in the next 4 minutes. Buyers are still in control, but they are diminishing. Sellers are coming in. RSI selling off. Could be resetting. This is a bullish trend though. Although we have to try to break it once. Five-minute momentum bearish. RSI is holding up. MACD is bearish. OBV is holding up. And ADX is technically bullish, so buyers are diminishing, but sellers aren't coming in, so buyers still maintain control on the 5-minute. Let's rebuild some lines here. This hasn't pushed any resistance. So something's missing. I think it does run higher. We'll see. Wait for 5-minute to look bullish again. Average down. Write it up. Call it good. break of this downtrend. Look to average in the upside. Possibly, we'll see. Actually, with momentum where it's at, no, we're looking to close this out. So I'll try and take we'll see what it gives us here. The momentum is just getting built right now. On the bill. Wait for break even, wait for all-time highs. Two-minute is warming up. 5 minutes just doesn't look so hot, so wait for the 2 minutes to end here. We push higher, I'll close out the next 2 minutes. But if the momentum switches and turns bullish, then we'll hang in there. I still do think that they will most likely push this to the gap fill, possibly fill or fake out. 1 minute to close. If momentum turns bullish, the average in. Well, oh, it glitched on me on trading view. Interesting. Momentum is not having it on the 5-minute chart. Ideally, a fake breakout to the gap fill would be where I would see a reversal, if anything. It's just teasing the whole time. The moment I close out, it's gonna take off. It did what I said it would though. Just gonna point that out. It did pull back, and now we're back pushing higher. Should have averaged in a little bit, but we didn't have the indicators that we wanted, so did not take that. This could be a triple top. Also bearish. Five-minute, I have been duped by this. Continues pushing higher, even though momentum pushes lower, gets to my price target, and then starts to sell off. So if the momentum doesn't reverse on the next couple candles, so try to play it smart. 20-minute just to show you. Momentum actually looks pretty good still. RSI looks good. Still pretty close to overbought, so something to consider. MACD is peeling over, so bearish slightly. Both are still in control up here, so that's why I still am okay being in this as we write it out. With how much selling pressure has been in place, we could get a very quick pop to our levels. Because that means the sellers have conceded, and the buyers are going to come back in. So, see what happens in the next minute here. Keep in mind that for rate increases, the news that did come out could reverse it for the rest of the day, could hit that gap fill, which is my original plan was for it to get close to that, but not break out yet, and then pull back based off the news. I don't think the gap's going to fill today, but we'll see. Decent push. Fortunate pullback. Close back below the trend line. Not really a good sign. Still feels pretty top heavy, but the pattern's remaining for a breakout to the upside. Pretty harsh reversal on the momentum on the 2-minute. 5-minute momentum is reversing higher, so not looking to average in, not looking to double down, nothing like that. Just going to play out what I have. Let it do its thing. I do think we get a breakout. Obviously, that's what I want as well, so biased slightly. But I do think we get a breakout, possibly to all-time highs, and it could reverse. So I'm still going to have my original price target at about 697.80, which is slightly above all-time high. I do think it could continue to the gap, which is almost, 80 more cents to the upside. So I'll probably leave a lot of profit on the table. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Just one large push. Come on, people. This 5-minute candle wants to push. 20-minute closes in about 8.5 minutes. Tesla would have been a better bet, seems like. Fortunate, it's probably what's scaring the NASDAQ. And even the SPY would have been a better bet. Come on now. NASDAQ, you're looking embarrassing for sure. Just push. Get your all-time high in. It's not that difficult. Make it happen, come on. You're 50 cents away. There we go, come on. Okay. 25 cents. Or, sorry, 35 cents. That's what we're looking for, folks. 30 cents, 25. 20. There we go. It's not over yet. I'll take it. There we go. Alright, out at 247. Got in at 235. I'm sorry, nope, got in at 225. So we are out. Profitable on both trades. Let me tally it real quick. I'll include commissions, so it'll be slightly different than the basic math that you could do with this, so be more accurate. Perfect push, that was good. Wanted 265 on that last one, but that was, an hour ago, probably. So I'm happy with what we got. Definitely blessed day. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Alright. So, history. calls. Let's see. Bought a transaction for -128 plus sold calls 231.97. That was the last one, the call that took us a while. We were in and out of the put earlier. So that one was Q's. There we go. I thought I had $60 on that, I guess. That makes about, yeah, that makes sense. So 397. All right, well, profit target for the day, unless something substantial comes about, we'll be leaving it as is. So, I may or may not stop the stream. We'll see. Might let it keep playing just so you guys can watch. $36 out of 43 trades profitable. Look at that pullback. Crazy, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's see where our EMA line is. It's not enough for us to really care. I'll leave it there. If Q's break out to the upside, we'll consider it at the gap if it maintains strength through the day. If it does not, so yeah, there we go, guys. Another 150 in the books. I'll go ahead and leave this screen open. Keep it on the probably the 5-minute. I'll be watching 20 and the 5, but let's see if there's weakness here. It's about to close, so might as well look at it. Yeah, a little bit of weakness on that momentum indicator. Bullish push right there. Breakout to all-time highs could be temporary. Give it, by the end of this candle, it'll push all-time highs. Look at that momentum picking up. had to validate that downtrend. So it came back and retested it. But now it wants to push all-time highs. Two-minute is slowing down though. Could go negative again. Five minutes supporting it though, so I don't know if it will. 20 minutes. Slightly bearish, which might drag it down. So even if we get all-time high, I think it might still reverse back. It says this is not a good breakout. MACD is cooling. Buyers are kind of coming back in on the 5 minute. There's a possible reversal play again. We go negative. Watch that momentum, see if it goes negative. All-time high breakout. In the next minute, like I said, that 5 minute candle is still the same candle. Very possible. 3, 2, 1. Still 45 seconds left on the candle. It's going to break out all-time highs. There it is. And now I think it reverses. Minute closes in 15 seconds. Momentum is shifting down very slightly on the 5 minute. MACD still slightly reversing to the upside. ADX bulls are still in control, but it looks like it's selling off. Sellers are slightly coming in. Watching the momentum indicator on the 2 minute. Definitely headed for that gap fill for sure. calls are now about 13 cents higher than what I sold. Not even mad about it though. Momentum on the 5 is still pushing lower slightly. With the 2-minute, it does have a negative momentum. Momentum's holding strong on the 2-minute. 5-minute closes in 2 minutes. We'll see what this candle does. What was this line? Oh, I think I just drew it because that was my price target / exit. So yeah, we're not going to get that negative, I don't think, on the 2-minute. 5 minutes still bearish, honestly. See what this next 1-minute candle does. I think it could hit the 25 EMA, the 2-minute here. We'll see how the 5-minute opens up. Got 1 minute left. Losing our profit margin here. MACD steepening on the 5-minute as well. $15. If momentum on 5 opens lower and we go negative on the 2, we'll take a position. 5 seconds. Okay, it opens lower. Momentum's not pushing negative yet. Not really moving. Might just chop and the 25 EMA is going to catch up. Or it's going to go negative after we cross 25 EMA. But high probability this pushes lower. Puts are at 195. I could get them at, or 190 now. Ideally, what would happen is we do this. Could even mess with the bulls a little bit, go inside the gap a little bit, and then come back down. I do still think this is possible, but it might take a little bit more. It might just chop for a little bit, and the EMA line's going to catch up. So we're just going to get squeezed between here. See, momentum still pushing lower. MACD was negative. Pushing lower, it's still above 0. So technically buyers are, still in control, even though it's a bearish trend. If we get a significant drop here in 5 seconds, we'll see. There it is. Super tempting. No, there's not enough here. There's not enough of a gap. It'll probably happen, but I'm not going to take it. I'm going to have patience, so I'm going to walk away. If it was like $1, then I would consider it, but it's not enough of a cushion for it to, like if it just dropped and spiked really quick, I may or may not be able to get out in time. So, plus it's not enough profit. It's only, from the entry, it was only about 30 cents. So, it's like $1.50, $1, something like that, then it might be worth it, but not right now. So, we'll go over fade. Alright, once this 5-minute closes, I'll go ahead and call it a day and finish Epic 3. Epoch 3. I'm just not loving the price action today anyway, so it's good to step away. Yeah, there's that void. It's coming up. Probably get a nice push higher. If it can maintain this and then breaks out. Maybe even half that and then breaks out. But I would not buy it going into it for sure. So I'm gonna call it here. We'll see what happens. But yeah, hopefully you learned something from the trades today, and yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the series. A little bit more of a quiet day, not as exciting, but yeah, this is the Impetus Singularity, Epoch 3. Take care, guys.